is up? Dan Baird, Great River Mushrooms. I'm here live in the lab again tonight. We're going to start up out here and do a little sharing out. Tonight I'm actually doing a little giveaway. I'm just going to give away some cannabis seeds, and I'll wait for a few more people to join in here. I'm going to share this out, and I probably won't be doing a live in the lab for another week because I'm going on vacation. So I figured I'd do one tonight, since I have some work to do inside of my lab. I've had some people come up to me at the farmer's market and told me that they appreciated these podcasts, that they actually learned a lot. Even though sometimes there may be one person coming in, there is a lot of people that view it afterwards. And I hope I'm not muted. I'm not muted. So I'm going to share this out to some groups. And hopefully not get banned. And let me turn. But if you're just joining me, we're going to do a giveaway here tonight for some cannabis seeds. I'll announce that more here in a second. I need to share out to some groups here. But we're going to be going live into my my grow and my lab and showing some work and how we grow mushrooms. If you can, please hit that like button, share me out. Always useful, even if you're not watching me, to share me out or like me, because it helps other people who may be interested in watching see it. And I've run into a lot of people now at the farmer's market now that I'm going regularly, and who say they like these live streams, that they learn a lot and they find it interesting. And not a lot of people know a lot about mushrooms or how they even grow. So I like to share that knowledge and actually show you, how I do the work that I'm going to do tonight. It's going to be inside of a sterile environment. That is where I do all my work. There's a lot of groups to share out to. So if you're just joining me, hit that like button, share me out as well. And I think hopefully I don't post twice in here. Sometimes I forget. But again, I'm Dan Baird with Great River Mushrooms. Dan the Mushroom Man. You can call me whatever you want. But tonight we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do a hashtag. And we'll make that hashtag, get it up on the screen so people know. Because I'm only going to be live probably for an hour. And we'll do... We'll do the hashtag ads. We're going to do a giveaway here. So I'm trying to think of a hashtag. Tonight we're going to give away some gorilla. Does that say gorilla hands? 4 regular seeds. Gorilla berry, strawberry, kush breath. Had it for a while, so I figured I'd get to somebody who might use it. And I think we shared out to all the groups. And if you're following me over at Great River Mushrooms, hit that like button as well. Share it out. We're about to go down into the garden and do stock some bags in. So what I do is I have to move some new bags into my fruiting tent. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. My fruiting tent, where the humidity is really high, and that's where the mushrooms grow at. And that's about the only groups I can go to. So again, hit that like button, share me out. I don't know if anybody's even going to join me, but we'll do a hashtag anyway. It's the only way to get more people in. And maybe one person comes in, they might win this hashtag, and we'll do Great River Mushrooms. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to post it up on here, share it out, so people know that there is actually a giveaway. So we're gonna go down into the lab again. We're giving away a pack of seeds tonight. Just do a hashtag Graver Mushrooms, and we are going down inside the lab. And the garden's out in my basement, so go through a few rooms, and we're here. And this is actually the fruiting tent. And we're gonna open up the doors here and stock them up and make sure they're good to go. This is where the mushrooms actually grow. It's actually from inside this tent, and I need to put some more bags in here. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Let's see if we can even get one person to comment. We're going to stock some bags up in here. These actually are ready to go. These are blue oyster bags. And we're going to flip them upside down and then cut a hole in them. Once I find the scissors. And to do that, we just need to, that's how I do peroxide. Spray some alcohol on our cleaning utensils. Make sure everything's sterile. Halfway sterile, and we're going to cut this bag open. We'll cut it open the corner, let a little bit of the air out. And we're going to flatten it and then turn it upside down. This brown spot on here is actually a mix that didn't mix right. I don't think it is a contamination. If it is, it's dead. I'm going to go to the back side here and actually cut a slice in it. And this thing's going to be ready to grow mushrooms. It's pretty easy to do. Basically, there's a couple there. We're going to stock it inside of our mushroom tent. And then in about 10 days, we're going to have blue oyster mushrooms coming out of that bag. And you can see we have a whole bunch of bags in here actually. And each bag in here, the larger bags like these, will produce about 6 pounds of mushrooms over about 3 weeks. Well, more like 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. So again, we're letting all the air out of it. Cutting a little slice in it. Letting all the air out of it and flipping it upside down. And usually give it a little hit. That actually, I've heard that if you hit it, it simulates a log falling in the woods. And the blue oyster will simulate it to start fruiting. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But again, we're going to set a big, long U-shaped cut in it, and you can actually cut into the substrate. You can actually cut into the substrate to make the fruit. And there's a whole bunch of old bags up here that are actually still producing mushrooms. They actually sit up here a while and produce mushrooms for quite a while. You can leave them in there, but eventually they'll stop producing a lot of mushrooms. They don't really produce too much. Let's get some more bags. Just moving bags in here and we're filling them in. This is actually the shiitake, and it's gnarly looking. But this is actually what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to turn popcornish, and then it's going to start turning brown. There's actually a shiitake mushroom growing out of it. I think this may be ready to go into the fruiting tent, and it would be my first shiitake to actually go in. So again, we got another blue oyster bag. Cut a hole in it. Fruiting tent. And it doesn't have to be all the way colonized. You'll see there's a little brown on top, and actually it's okay. And we're going to put it inside. And we got some chestnuts that we're growing too that are actually just starting to pen. So we have some chestnuts starting to grow. I'm pretty excited about that. We also have a huge lion's mane that's growing. So I think this shiitake is ready. I'm going to send it and see what happens. Now this is my first time growing shiitake, so I know that you have to actually rip the bag open and take it out. Oh, you got to simulate the log fall. You actually have to slap it. Man, it is gnarly looking. So this is the first time I've really had experience with shiitake, so there's an odor that it actually produces this reddish, yellowish, brownish pus stuff. It's really interesting. So. And there's one shiitake mushroom that grew. And it's pretty ready to go. You can see here, this is the shiitake mushroom block. And it's pretty heavy, it weighs about 12 pounds. And hopefully we get a lot of mushrooms out of it. So this thing actually goes in here just like this, paired. No bag. We're going to set it on the bottom shelf. And see what happens. And that's pretty exciting. We got shiitake now. We got 2 Allen oyster bags now we're putting in here, and these are really good to eat. So these 2 blocks are going into the fruit chamber as well. So we got a few species going in tonight. We got lion's mane, we got shiitake, and the shiitakes we're gonna have a whole bunch of those in a few weeks. And we start fruiting them continuously because they take about 2 months to totally fruit or to inoculate. So I have a whole bunch that are in storage right now. But again, I'm letting the air out of these bags, so I'm flipping them upside down, slapping it to simulate a log falling because that's what they apparently like. And I'm going to cut a big U shape in it, just like that, and we're going to have mushrooms fruiting out of that in a few weeks. What's that? So all the new bags are at the bottom, and then we have towards the top the older bags because they need more humidity. So there's a thing that actually blows humidity down. You can actually see it. I don't know if you can in the video. Same thing again, flipping it over. We're starting to run out of room. We're going to have to start stacking them up and then watch them where they grow. We can actually fit, I believe, 100 pounds of substrate on each shelf. This whole tent, I think, can grow about 200 to 300 pounds of mushrooms a month. Different species, so I can't believe nobody's even really joined us. Shared it out, hit that like button, Somebody else is more than likely live. It's usually what happens. Either way, people watch this afterwards. It doesn't really matter if somebody's here watching. So I think that's all the bags we need to put in there on the stack. Yeah, I think that is it. That was all the bags we're going to put in there tonight. And we're going to move into the actual lab now, which is in the other room. And do some actual bag work. And again, I'm Dan Bear, River Mushrooms. Hit that like button, share me out. You can find my mushrooms at Terrapin Farms in Quincy. I just brought her 7.5 pounds a day. And maybe some more by the end of the week. There are some growing here still. Third, fourth, fifth flushes of mushrooms. And then we got a giant lion's mane down here growing that. It's awesome. And now we're going to go into the lab. And actually cook some water. But this is actually where I grow cannabis too, so I have to go through my cannabis garden to get to the mushroom tent, which is this lab here. And let me get set up here and we'll camera where you can actually see it. And that'll probably work. Again, I'm Dan Bear with River Mushrooms, and we're doing this is my little at-home lab. My first lab that I've actually built inside of my house, and it works very well for me. And what you see in front of you is actually a flow hood. I mean, there's a fly in here. That fly needs to go. Huh. I don't know where he went. The fly's no good in the lab, but I think he went out of the room. And we have our bottles here. We have 70% alcohol, and we have 3% peroxide, which kills about everything in this room, everything that may contaminate something. So what we do when I come into the room is I'm going to spray both of them. Those bottles, spray everything that I use, and then everything's kind of in different options. No touch. I'm going to drop the bottle. Let me go get another towel. I need to start taping those bottles because they get untwisted somehow, and then all of a sudden it falls out of my hand. It's just happened. And those are the better water bottles. I don't know why they do that. Spray bottles. Somehow they get unturned and the top of the bottom falls out. But it's just 70% alcohol, and then I got some peroxide, which kills everything else. My lab coat on, some gloves on. We're going to do some transfers here with some new species into our grow bags that I have. But if you're just joining, just hit that like button. I cannot believe we got nobody watching the whole time. That's the first. But we're doing a giveaway too, and nobody even wants it, but that happens. Oh, Jesus, the stupid fly. That fly's going to drive me nuts. There's a fly inside of my room here. There it is. Need to get him out of here. This fly needs to go. I can't really do any work with a fly in here because he's going to contaminate stuff. And I don't know where he went. This is the first time I've ever had a fly in my lab. Where he went now. I'm trying to get him out the door and then close the door. But flies carry germs, they carry contaminations of bacteria inside of the lab. That is a big issue with a fly because it can transfer contaminations. I don't see them anymore. I think he left. Hopefully. Stupid flies. But I guess we're not doing a giveaway. Nobody even wanted one. So we'll take that off the screen so you can see me fully. And this is actually my clean room. This is where I have a hood that's actually on right now. Blowing sterile air at me so I can work in front of a clean environment. And we're going to have some bags I got to do. These are actually the bags that the mushrooms grow in. It's a soy hull and hardwood pellets. And it's a 50-50 mix. And this is what mushrooms actually grow in. So this is where they actually start. We're gonna all these stupid flies still in here. Trying to get the fly to go out the door, but it's not working. I don't even know how you got down here. This is way inside my basement. Come on, get out the door. Come on. Watch me hit a fly here. Jeez. But I'm inside of a tent, and all he has to do is go towards this huge hole that's on one side of the whole room. I think it just flew out. I think that was it. Oh, stupid flies. Look at that. He had to fly a long ways to get down here. Alright, let's try to do this again. So we're going to spray these bags off with alcohol. We're going to try to get any contaminations on. And tonight we're going to inoculate the lion's mane. We got a whole bunch of lion's mane bags ready to go. So this is a colonized grain that has been sitting here for a couple weeks and fully colonized with lion's mane mycelium. We're going to transfer it into here. Get a better look. Transfer it into here in front of this, and then seal it up with the sealer here. Oh, this fly is not gone. Man. Fly's gonna drive me nuts. Can't do work with a fly in here. Keep thinking he's flying out of the room and then he returns. I mean, if a fly lands inside of this bag, he's gonna more than likely contaminate it. Not gonna do a piece of work. That's why you can't really do it. But I have no choice because I don't know where that much of the fly is. I've had this lab here for 2 years. I've never had a fly in it, so I don't have it for everything, I guess. And it says sterilize everything. Got this bag open here. And then we're going to dump the grain inside this bag. We usually eyeball 12 ounces to 16 ounces of grain to put in there. I'm usually quiet because I don't want to get, I don't breathe when I have a bag open, or I don't talk because then I can spray contaminations all over that come out of your mouth. And I usually do 3 seals in these bags because I have to shake them here. You'll see, watch me shake. And you're going to mix the grain into the bag really well. So it usually works well by pushing it up and then making the grain fall down the side. And this grain it's inoculated with lion's mane. It already has lion's mane, mycelium all over it. So I'm spreading it into its final home, rest of the place where it's going to grow mushrooms. You want to get it fully through the bag, to the bottom. And again, we're doing a lion's mane species. I don't know if you're all familiar with lion's mane. Where's everybody at? Really weird. Is anybody watching? Comment. Sometimes didn't show people watching. Definitely not in the algorithm tonight. But I think it's been restricting me a little more, especially after I copyright. Got called yesterday. And then we're going to label lion's mane. Got to clean this marker off too. Everything gets clean to use. Let me date it and then label it with it. Lion's mane LM. And then it'll eventually go in the other room. So we're going to do a few bags of lion's mane. I heard something in my house. Something's listening. Heard something. But we usually do. We're trying to do 100 pounds of mushrooms this coming month. So we're going to start producing a lot more different varieties. It's going to be really exciting here. All our farms are being all our mushrooms are going to be being offered at Terrapin Farms now. I'm not going to be at a farmer's market for probably another month as kind of roll out more mushrooms. I'm going to work on growing more mushrooms instead of selling them. So it's not that I won't still be offering them. You just can't find. You have to go out to Terrapin Farms to actually get them. Triple seal it again, then we're going to do the same thing, shake the grain at the bottom. Facebook is dead tonight. Fire, beautiful weather, everybody's outside. All flaming. stuck here working in the lab, but I'm trying to progress the mushroom business. It's doing very well doing that. I've got to work for later. I'm only going to be here an hour, and then I'm free the rest of the time. Hit that like button, share me out, please. It's a really dead room tonight. I guess somebody else live, probably multiple people. So. Oh well. Let's give away. I think we got enough to do 3 or 4 lion's manes. And we really want to start pushing more lion's mane to sell some more. It doesn't take much longer than the oysters. Clean everything off. Use a little bit of peroxide too. That's the deadest I've ever seen it. I'm going to guess that Facebook has me restricted after my copyright infringement last night. Sometimes they don't tell you. There's still nobody watching. But holidays are coming up. We got a 4th of July. I'm very ready to enjoy some time off there. I definitely am. Definitely be seeing me less on Facebook live streaming because I'm going to be doing some things with family this weekend and 4th of July. Mixed up really good. Just like that. The packet pictures back down a little bit. Like the whole packet. And set it aside. I got grain bags, I didn't even realize. So we transfer to a new grain bag like I normally do to keep the strain going. We also got some golden oysters. I really am excited to get out. Those would be really good. Once we get those into our inventory out of the Critter Farm. I guess you really got to plan giveaways on Facebook to give stuff away because nobody joined at all. And I've had the other giveaway. I had 20 people on the live stream, so it's just weird. Especially after a night where I got hit with the restriction for, it wasn't even copyrighted, but somebody claimed it was. And not much you can do on Facebook about it. And we got more lines, man. I'm trying to get a whole bottom shelf here. You can see the lines, man. This is where I keep all my inventory of all the species I have. And we can do one more bag of that. Yeah, we really want to spread the lines, man. So we'll do another one. Can't believe how dead it is. Facebook is dead. So with one grain bag, we were able to inoculate 2 more grain bags and then do 3 bags. So that was pretty good with that. Each bag can grow about 5 to 6 pounds of lime, man. And today we just dropped off 6 pounds, 7.5 pounds of blue oyster, elm oyster to Terrapin Farms. She probably already sold them all. So our first month in business was really, really good. You know, we can only improve from there. That's what I'm going to do. Stuff like this, and right just in the stream. It's got pointless when somebody's watching. I don't even know if anybody's the deadest stream I've ever done. Somebody come say hi. I don't think Facebook likes me tonight. And now we got some live debate grain. And our lion's mane is something we're trying to grow. Like 25% of our inventory, I'd like to be lion's mane. 20%, 15-20% blue oyster, and then we'll have 60%, of different varieties of other mushrooms. Chestnuts, shiitakes. Our shiitakes will be another 20%. Well, I forgot that. The lion's mane are going to be a big part of our grow here. And now we're going to knock up the 2 other species. I would like to get the golden oysters into supply, and I do have some ready. We got pink. Blue oysters. Shiitakes. And some black sparrow pink. I need to do more research on that one because I'm not sure how to grow it exactly yet, but I have some mycelium that's ready to go. So I think we'll do the golden oyster. Although I would like to get more bags going, so I may wait on that one. Let's get some more golden elm oysters because I do need some more elm oysters. I've been able to sell those really popular. And I actually ran out of elm oysters a month ago. I actually had a bad contamination and almost lost the whole species. But I saved it and we were growing it again. Yeah, thank you. Hit that like button even if you're not staying. That always helps me. because I would like to get to somebody who may actually buy a product from me, Great River mushrooms. And we got another bag of L Moisture here now. The L Moisture is super aggressive, so it does not take a lot of grain as much as the lion's mane to grow. It just grows super fast. Super aggressive strains like the Elm Blue and some of the other species are really good to have in your inventory because they grow so fast and you can make a quicker dollar than you can with shiitakes, even though your shiitakes are your sought after mushrooms. They take 3 months to grow. From when I bagged this up, well, actually had mushrooms, shiitakes take 3 months. This takes 10 days with the no moisture. Much faster. And a damn good mushroom too. And I meant to break this bag up, but I didn't do that. Rookie mistake. And the strain needs to broken up, so we can spread it into more bags. Which usually I do. I didn't do it this time. Again, if you're joining me, I'm taking Bear with Great Mushrooms. Hit that like button to turn me out. Even if you're not staying, it helps a lot. I'm just working here in my lab, doing some inoculation to bags where the mushroom actually grow out. So this bag right here will grow about 4 to 6 pounds of L Moisture mushrooms over a month period of time. So we want to make sure it's nice and mixed inside of this bag. Pack it down, and we're going to label it and set it aside, ready to go. Thank got some people hitting that like button, that always helps. Helps me get out of that algorithm stuck in where nobody watches you because nobody knows you're there. And this L Moisture, just saved it and set it aside. And we still have about a couple more bags to go. To get these out of the way tonight, and then go do some work on stuff upstairs in the kitchen where I got sterilized bags and do a whole bunch of other stuff before coming to here. And you can find me probably in Wayland, the indoor farmer. He'll be live here in, I believe, 3 minutes. Which I will probably end my stream then so I can watch him. It is an 8, I think it is. And we seal it up. Of course, you don't really want to talk when the bag's open. That's why I'm quiet then. Your mouth is actually the biggest carrier of contaminations, and that can get into the bag. And we're using the sealer here. You can't see it because I got you blocked, but sealing the bag up. And I do like to triple seal these because they do tend to contaminate a little better if they're sealed better. Contaminate less if they're sealed better, is what I meant. we're going to push the bag in, work the grain down the sides like I always do. Believe it or not, this actually took me months to figure this out. I just whipped the grain down the side. I was shaking it, trying every kind of method. Not having much luck until I started this method where you squeeze it and the substrate goes up the middle and then the grain falls down the side so you can spread it around. You want it to be really spread evenly inside this bag. Each grain is an inoculation point of growth of the mycelium. So the mycelium will fill this whole bag up and then it'll be ready to grow mushrooms. Let's see if we can get 10 likes. We can hit that like button, please. You know, helps a lot of people. Then we got another bag of elm moisture ready to go. Very nice. We got a lot of grain still, so we'll do these other 2 bags with elm. Elm and blue are my most grown mushrooms at the moment. And I have no problem selling them. They sell very fast. And they're very affordable. I mean, if you look at the price of the other mushrooms, portobellos at the store, they're usually at $4 for 4 ounces. So we sell ours $7 a half pound, $12 a pound, or you can go up to Terrapin Farms and find them there as well. That is in Quincy on North 36. I need to remember that address, what its exact address is, Terrapin Farms. And again, this is just colonized grain with mycelium from an elm moisture species mushroom that's inside of here. And it's been colonizing for about a month, so it's got the mycelium all over it. Then I'm putting it into this other substrate that's actually going to make it grow mushrooms. It's pretty simple, but it's not. I mean, the substrates are pretty simple, but the process to get to this point is something that you had to learn. I've had to learn myself for about 2 years. So it's been fun. Eventually, I will have a better lab than this, and I'll have a bigger lab. But this is my new business, and it'll be exciting to see where I'm at in 5 years. That's for sure. That's probably my favorite part to think about is where I'm headed with this. A lot of people don't realize the sky's the limit for this business. It's about to become a huge industry. And I don't have many competitors. I don't have a lot of competition. And I knew that going in when I started my mushroom business. Given that there wasn't much competition, and that's really the reason I started it. I was in Springfield, and there's the St. Louis company, but other than that, I'm in my own boat here. So even if you're not saying, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Taking the time, even the minute that you're in here. And we got another bag of elm moisture. Ready to go. I think this is one of our last big ones. But we did sell 60 pounds of mushrooms last month. That's 20 days. You know, I'm really happy about that. I want to double that next month. We're going to sell 120 pounds and then 200 pounds in August. Those seem like lofty goals. I think I can do it. That's a really healthy elm oyster. Each species of mushroom actually has its own smell and odor, and you can tell when it smells healthy when it doesn't. So that smell had a really, really woodsy smell. It doesn't smell like a mushroom when it's in a mycelium form. It smells more like nature. Like when you walk out into the woods in the morning and you smell that dew smell, it's kind of what the mycelium smells like. And like I said, every single strain has its own odor. So I'm starting to recognize how each strain smells and what a healthy strain smells like, because they do, if they're fighting something, they do have a little bit of an odor to them, a bad odor. So when I open the bag up, I'm taking a whiff of the smell that's in the room too, and then I know that I'm putting in healthy mycelium. Blue oyster smells even more wild. The elm, the pink smells kind of humid, I guess, with the mushroom smell. The chestnuts and shiitakes, those smell really nice too. But they all have their own different kind of odor. I'm really good at it. I'm really bad at explaining odors. I've been that way a whole lot. So I try to describe the smell, but I'm not very good at it. I mean, we're shaking up some elm oysters here. We got some elm oysters. I think I got a whole bag. Let's see what we get. I really need to buy a new sealer, but I haven't. I've been having issues with it, and I bought a new part for it, and it still didn't really fix it partially, but it's still not the best. Sometimes they just don't want to seal all the way because there's moisture inside the bag, which kind of makes it not sealable with the moisture in there. I think we got it that time. I don't think we did. So if I don't think it's sealed right, I'll usually close it. It definitely is not sealed. Try it one more time. So it doesn't hurt to put a clothespin on top too. Again, we're going to press it down. Make sure we label our elm oyster bag. This is elm oyster. And we should have mushrooms by July. Got a whole bunch of bags going tonight. And we have another one here. This is actually a bag that got contaminated. And then I re-sterilized it, so that's why it's black like that. And it seemed to have killed everything after it contaminated because I wanted to reuse it. So put it back in the pressure cooker for 2 hours, and it killed everything in it, and then turned it all black. So I did this an experiment a couple weeks ago, and it worked just fine. I was able to reuse the bag, the mushrooms used just fine, and I didn't lose them before. Sometimes probably one out of 30 bags do get contaminated, probably 1 out of 50. So I do have to re-sterilize sometimes to see if that works. I have a room too that actually is full of the contaminated ones because they do survive. Sometimes they take a little bit, but they do fight back the contamination and eventually win. Sometimes, not always. And then we have the L Moisture bag here. And then we'll do transfer them down to another grain bag so we can make sure that we have enough to grow next time. So I like to keep the grain bags going, so we make sure that we do 1 grain bag. Basically put them back on the shelf. Nobody actually commented. What's going on, Jason? I lost your sense of smell. I'm sorry to hear that. A lot of people lost their smell with COVID too. There we go. We got our whole bag of L Moisture now. Ready for next time. It's a big bag now, so we got about 5 or 6 pounds of mycelium for next time. That'll probably fill up 6 or 7 bags. And I have shelves full of it back here, if you can see. Right up there. Shelves on the bottom too. There's some, and then everything else in between here. We got some L Moisture growing here in our Petri dishes. Awesome. Beautiful L Moisture species. Man, I had some where are they doing? I thought I had some blue oyster on there. Yeah, that beautiful blue oyster mushroom mycelium right there, starting to grow. Yeah, like some other species too that are kind of time here. Chestnut. Yeah, that's where the mushrooms start at. They start in the Petri dishes. And then we work our way up to grain and then up to larger grain bags. And then eventually into another bag where it is ready to grow mushrooms. L Moisture species ready to go. And this room's going to need a nice cleaning. I got grain all over the floor and here. But that's what happens when you start to do work in your lab. And I got to get the trash can here. But the bad thing about the small grains is they tend to get everywhere, and there's probably 100 of them on the floor. Sometimes I do miss. Sometimes I miss really bad. I did the other night, and that's why there's shit all over the floor here. Because I I dumped a lot over. I sample right here. And I think we got a little good too. I'll just do gold moisture out of here. That'll work. So this will be my first gold moisture species grown in great river mushroom. Get a round of applause for that. You can't see me. So this is gold moisture mycelium. It's actually growing mushrooms at the top, if you can see it. I've never had gold moisture, so I don't know really exactly what they taste like. They can put off the description of the internet. But they are a beautiful mushroom. They're usually golden yellow color. A little bit smaller cap. Than your other oyster mushroom. The grower when I'm spraying on it, it's just isopropyl alcohol, and then I have some peroxide too. And that was really hard. That thing was stuck in there. That's why it's a little silent. But that jar has been in here for 29 days, so the oyster is a little harder than most other ones. It also smells like honeydew. So the golden oyster, and I noticed that last time I opened it, the golden oyster smells like a really fresh honeydew melon, which is really interesting. I don't know why it does, but it definitely it smells like honeydew very much. Because I love honeydew, so that smells really good to me. But that is just so odd how a mushroom smells like a fruit, but it does. So I'm going to break up some strain a little more. That stuff is really compact in there. And this is a new species that we're introducing in great river mushroom. It's called the gold oyster mushroom. This is the first bag that we've ever inoculated. So I love doing new species. It really is a learning experience. That's why I'll never learn everything in mushroom growing. It's such a endless education that you have to give yourself. Because each mushroom grows differently, and I've gotten to learn the blue oyster, the elm oyster, over the last year that I've grown it, and I understand it very well. They all kind of grow differently, and they all kind of have their own way of wanting things in the room when they start to grow. They like oxygen, they like CO2, and they like humidity. Those three things are what they require in order to fruit and grow mushrooms. Almost 10 likes. then before I leave here tonight for the last bag, probably almost well. And I got our first go. That is the abbreviation for golden oyster. Very nice. And you can see now that we have down here in the floor, these are all the bags that we've done. And over here too, we have some shiitakes that have been here for a few days. But the shiitakes take 22 months before they even are able to fruit, so those will be a while. But these will actually get moved into another room, and where they'll be stored until they actually are ready to turn into the fruiting chamber. Which, if you watch this episode at the beginning, I showed you the fruiting chamber. It's just outside on the other side of the basement here. But I think that's it. I think we did all we needed to do tonight. I wanted to just talk a little bit about mushrooms, and I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. I'm going on vacation to the Ozarks on Thursday, so I'm going to enjoy a little bit of time off myself. And I hope everybody else has a really, really great holiday. Well, it's not a holiday yet, as I think it is. Holidays 2 weeks with the 4th of July. It always feels like a holiday when I go to the Ozarks, because everybody else that is there seems to be on a holiday as well. My brother bought some property there 2 years ago, and he owns a lake house, so I get to get away with my family, so that'll be nice. But again, I'm Dan Baird with Grave for Mushrooms. Hit that like button on the way out. Thanks for joining me tonight, and until next time, thanks for joining me, guys. See you later. Peace.